Hey guys, so I'm coming in real quick with a snip of a topic to you. You guys know that Real Talk with Nana, that's my girl. I love her channel. And she's speaking about, in general, about relationship with men and women. Um, and she's saying things like people are making comments on her. Sorry guys, I was just putting my clothes on. I just wiped my face down with the alcohol swab. She was saying that people were speaking on her channel, saying that you speak the same topics every day, and yeah, basically I speak the same topics myself almost every other day, but she's speaking about, in general, about how men treat women. Okay, now first and foremost, I'm going to say I totally disagree with her. Let me turn this down. I totally disagree with her because in relationship there is good and bad. There's um, the bad and the ugly. There's the sweet and the kind and the generous, and there's the quote unquote the negativity side of relationships. It's in the relationship is to be expected. But this lady here, which is my girl, talking with Nana. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. She's Darnisha's mother, the channel that does the mukbang with Cliff and Darnisha. The lady that says, this is waxing with Darnisha and Cliff and we ain't come to play. We be waxing food every day, different food, different ways. If you're new, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below, and don't be shy. So come along for the ride. Why? Because they are the Waxer Squad, the Waxer Squad, the Waxer Squad. That's her intro. But she does videos with her mother from time to time, or Real Talk with Nana, which she has her own channel. I like her. I like her because she speaks her mind, But this part here of this situation here, I totally have to disagree with you, Nana. I love you, my darling. I like watching your channel because you real, you don't sugarcoat stuff. You just speak 100. But I totally disagree with you because men don't always treat women bad. Sometimes a woman can put herself in that situation where they can treat her bad. I'm not saying all men are perfect, and I cannot say all men are bad. But sometimes we, as women, we can put ourselves in that situation. We can put ourselves in that predicament to be, quote unquote, to be treated in that manner. But I do agree with you when you say, you're just not the woman who takes the nonsense, the BS or whatever, because you said you took this tolerating issue for 30 years with Darnisha's father, which you say that you and Darnisha's father is the best of friends today. Okay, because you know him very well. He knows you. Okay, now just remember and be mindful and cautious with what I'm about to say here. And this is no disrespect to my yum-yums, no women, no men, but you have to realize when you get into a relationship, or if it's not a relationship, it's just a dating thing, you guys go out, you date. And if you feel as though that, you don't want this to be a relationship, you don't want this to escalate to a relationship, you need to make it known. Hey, listen, I am a single woman, from time to time I go out on dates and everything, I do what I do, I make it do what it do, I have fun, going out on my dates and everything, but I am not trying to be 100% committed to a relationship. So when we go out and we have fun and we have drinks, and if we decide to come home and we want to, do what we do, we're going to not call it making love, but we're going to just say interacting, just having fun, just the adult things what adults do. Just know that if I put it on you, that doesn't make us in a relationship. That doesn't make me committed to you, and it surely doesn't make you committed to me if you put that thing on me, as well as I might put this kudina, kushana, trotra on you. You get me? And so, in a situation like that, you have to let it be known, as well as the gentleman, hey, I'm glad, I enjoyed the night with you, we had a good time, and, I just want you to know that, I enjoyed you tonight. You know what I mean? Thank you for a wonderful evening, wonderful night, you know. And even if you guys do indulge and you get into the situation of the, you know, the trutra and the kudina and the pangalang, if you get into that, okay, that's what adults do. It's an adult thing. But you have to let it be known that this is not a committed relationship, you know. So let me first and foremost let you know I do date. This goes for the man or the woman. I do date. I am not trying to get in a committed relationship with you under no circumstance. And this is not to hurt you or disrespect you, but we need to let it be known that I didn't sign no papers because we did this thing tonight. We just did what adults do. So I'm just letting you know from the door, this is not a relationship. This is not a commitment. You know, you're not my man. I'm not your girl. So if you see me, on the other hand, you know, going out with some other dude, it's nothing that you can say or do. If I see you going out with another woman, there's nothing you can say or do. Now, sometimes the man can put that thing on that girl so good, that good. They can put that thing on, they can put that pangalang on them so damn good, honey. They have you the grace, okay? They have you the grace, yeah. Okay, and sometimes a woman could do the same as well. Put that truth thread on them and turn them out. Now, you just have to be mindful, cautious, and careful, and keep that thought in your head. Like, hey, this is not a committed relationship. This is just an outgoing. This is fun. This is not a commitment. You're not my man. I'm not your woman. So you do what you do. I do what I do, and be done with it. And if you decide that you want to come back and you want to date one more again, okay, but keep that same thought. Now, sometimes it don't happen like that. Sometimes the woman may turn around and she falls in love with the man. The man falls in love with the woman. Now, like I said, I cannot sit here, and I totally disagree with Nana. You know, I cannot sit here and say that all men are labeled as bad men. We do have some wonderful men out here, you know, but like her daughter Darnisha telling her mom, you know, sometimes you have to be careful, you know, what you say on these YouTube streets, you know. Nana, she gets upset. She gets a little hype. You know, like she said, she speaks on her channel. She's going to speak on her channel. She's going to say what she want to say. That is true. You can speak on your channel and you can say what you want to say because that is your platform. But you have to speak in a better perspective than what you do because men may be offended by it, and as well as women may be offended by it because you know that if you have some hard-headed women out here, quote, because I was one of them. I was a victim of a relationship that I thought that a gentleman loved me unconditionally. But see, I was also in a relationship for 14 years. And in the 14 years that I was in a relationship, the gentleman had passed on. And so that's when I met, you guys know the story. That's when I met the Haitian guy. And, you know, I had no interest in him. Absolutely, positively no interest in him. You know what I mean? I was out of a relationship for 4 years when my guy passed on. And because I was just so devastated, like hurt and shocked. In such a shock that, you know, I'm like, couldn't believe this. You know what I mean? Like, this is a dream I want to totally wake up from, you know. And so I wasn't interested in the Haitian guy. He was very quiet, very humble, you know. And I thought, you know, okay. One night I decided I wanted to call him. Why he couldn't talk to me on the phone long? Because he was a married man. But at that time or another, I did not know that. But he used reverse psychology on me and told me, well, you know, thank you for calling me. You know, it's good to hear from you. And I thought that you would never call. And, you know, I see you every day when you come to work. When I come to pick up the teachers from the school, he was a school bus driver. And it took me actually 3 months before I found any kind of interest in this man to call him. I finally called him. Okay. And so, you know, we met up and, you know, we went out for a date and, you know, and then, you know, we met up again and we went out for another date and it was meaning that there was no commitment. There was no, you know, there was no commitment. Okay. There was just no involvement as far as, you know, the, you know, thing that you do, the adult thing that you do. There was none of that for 6 whole months from the time I met him. For 6 whole months, I never indulged with him. Mind you, 4 years prior to me even meeting this guy, when my guy passed along, it was 4 years for me that I was not in a relationship, no form or fashion. Okay, if you get me what I'm saying. And then I met this gentleman. He seemed to be okay. He seemed to be quiet and humble and sweet and generous and kind. And so we start dating, you know, and I had to let him know as well as he had to let me know, because I asked him at the end of the day, I asked him first and foremost, let me just say this, you know, I lost my guy, and it's been 4 years since I've been in a relationship with anyone. I'm not trying to be in a relationship with anyone. You know, it's okay. It's nice to meet you. I find you very attractive. I find you very nice, you know, but in the end, guys, it was the structure. It was the structure, because this man hurt me so bad because he wanted to make the commitment, not me. After 6 months, you know, I said, you know, Martha, you have to get over this grieving of your boyfriend that you lost. You know, he's been gone for 4 years. You know, he wants you to continue to live on, go on with your life. And so after 6 months of the, you know, of the friendship, you know, going out and dating and having fun and going to the movies, going to dinner, although there wasn't the extravaganza, it was an extravagant dinner, but, you know, we went, you know, and I felt like you know, deserved more than what he showed me, you know. So then one evening after work, he got off of work, I got off of work, I came home, took my shower, he came over, and, you know, we did what we did. We did the adult thing, what adults do, you know what I mean? And let me just let you know, I said there was going to be no commitment. There was not going to be no relationship. But in the end, guys, sometimes it doesn't even work that way. You wind up falling in love with the person winds up falling in love with you, you know, or you put that thing on them so good that they just be all twisted and all bent all out of shape, you know, or he puts it on you or you put it on him, either or the other way. Sometimes it doesn't happen like that. Love doesn't cost a thing. Love comes naturally. It's free, you know. And so unfortunately, in the end, almost in the end, you know, he wanted to make the commitment of a relationship. And I'm speaking on Nana's topic. He wanted to make a commitment in a relationship. I said, are you sure about this? I said, because my guy has been deceased for 4 years and I have not been touched or been in a relationship or acquainted with, you know, any kind of relationship with men for a very long time, for 4 years. Now, get me right now. I said with the men. Now, honey, I don't do women. I'm just saying, I just wasn't in no committed relationship with a man for 4 years because I was hurting over the gentleman that I lost that was in my life and my children's life for 14 years. And he said, yes, I want to make a commitment to you. I want you to be my girl. And kind of in a moment of that moment, I kind of procrastinated on it. I kind of like froze for a minute. And I said, you want me to be your girl? And I said, listen, I lost my guy 4 years ago. You know, he was a good man. You know, you don't find, they come a dime a dozen. And that's why I said you cannot judge them all being the same. You cannot judge all men as being, quote unquote, the unbearable. You know what I mean? Like, they're not all bad. There's some good out here. You know, there's the bad, the good, and the ugly. You know, but I was fortunate to have a good one that passed away on me that I was with for 14 years. Now, he's been gone for a very, very long time. And so we made that commitment. You know, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this commitment to you. And we're going to see how this thing works out. This may be a part 2 of Nana's topic on relationship with man and woman. And what she's saying that the woman shouldn't have to take the nonsense or the BS from the man, you know what I mean, if he treats her wrong. But then again, guys, sometimes the woman do things to make the man treat them wrong. Not all women, you know. So it's a tick for tack. You do me, I do you. You do right by me, I'll do right by you. But if you do something to hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. You know, and that was the case of me. You know, I didn't think that I was going to, you know, literally fall in love with this man. And it wasn't because of his work. You know what I mean? It wasn't because of that thing. Now, he had no bill on it, okay? You get me what I'm saying? But he made it do what it do, you know? I enjoyed every aspect of him, you know? But then my conscience started to ride me and bug me, and I just kept saying something doesn't feel right about this here relationship that he wanted to make a commitment to. You asked me to make this commitment, and I agreed to this commitment. So you come to my house. When you come over my house after work, and you stay with me for 4 or 5 hours, and then you say, babe, I got to go home. But then when I ask, babe, when are you going to invite me over your house? Because you proclaimed you wasn't married. And I ask, are you married? Are you in a relationship? Do you have a girlfriend? No, no, no. All the above, no. But in the midst of it all, guys, he lied. He lied. So in a sense of speaking, I can kind of sympathize with Nana. Talking with Nana is saying, that sometimes men tend to, because they want to get what they want to get, they tend to put in lies just to get between the woman's leg. But see, it took him 6 months to even get in there, honey. 6 months. And when he got in there, trust and believe me, there was condoms, honey, baby, because you was, baby, excuse me, did you hear what I say? You was not going up in me naked, because I don't know where you've been, what you're doing, what you've done, and who you're doing it with, okay? Because first and foremost, you lied. So I can kind of sympathize with what Nana is saying, that sometimes us as women, we have the tendency to just go ahead and take the man's bull crap, and we don't necessarily have to take it. And sometimes the men take the bull crap from the woman. It goes either or the other way. I cannot put all the blame and the fault on the men, as well as I can't put the blame and the fault on women. It is what it is. So I could kind of sympathize with what Darnisha, her daughter, is saying. Mom, you have to calm down. You have to calm down, because sometimes the things that you may say, it may not come out right. I'm just kind of paraphrasing it a little bit. It may not come out right. And sometimes people can get offended by that. And I get what Nana's saying, it's my channel, it's my topic, it's my platform, and I'm going to speak what I want to speak on my channel. Well, little be told that sometimes people can come on your channel and come at you ratchet, But I thank goodness and thank God that none of my yum-yums did me like that. Now, in the beginning of me doing YouTube, yeah, maybe one, I could just remember just one person. I could just remember one person did that to me and said, oh, Anastasia GHIRADELLI'S world, you want to sit up here and you want to talk about people, before you talk about somebody, go get a new wig. And you know what I said to them? Kudos to you, bruh, sis, whoever you may be. If you're interested in me getting a new wig, cash at me, and I'll be more than happy to go get one. I said, but this is what you're not going to do. You're not going to come on my channel insulting me. I was very much so offended by it. And that was some years ago, guys. Maybe about 3 years ago that was. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? Clarice's still here. Honey, when Clarice fall, the thread come out and fall apart, then I'll throw Clarice in the trash. But this is my bestie. You know what I mean? This is like my hat in the winter. My hat in the summer to block the sun beam down and on me. So, I was pretty well offended by that. But after that, I remember when Miss Beloved said that first and foremost, when you come on this YouTube, excuse me guys for pointing, when you come on this YouTube, first and foremost, you better have tough skin. You better have tough skin, because the people, will come in and make some of the nastiest comments towards you. They would say some of the raunchiest negative things towards you, and you got to have that tough skin to be able to deal with it. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying about Nana. She's new to the YouTube, so she'll learn, you know what I mean? She'll learn, she'll figure it out. But in a sense of speaking, I can kind of understand what she means. But then in the same token, I totally disagree with her, because you cannot label all men as the same. You cannot label them all equal, because you have some good ones and you have some not good ones. You have some good women and you have some not good women. Sometimes some men that are not the good ones tend to go cheat on their girl or their wives behind their back. Sometimes a woman may, go cheat on her husband or her boyfriend behind his back. It happens. It's life. Do I agree with them doing that? No, because there's so many diseases out here. And, you find some women that, they just want to feel the purity of the man, of that next man that threw that thing down on him. And just like the man wants to feel the purity of the woman that he's getting and ain't using a condom. Well, let it be known. HIVs It's out there. And baby, and it's collecting name. And if you want to be a victim of that family, it'll happen if you're not using protection. Oh yeah, they're gonna tell you they're clean. They're gonna tell you they ain't messing with nobody. The woman gonna tell you she's clean. You know, she just had her gynecologic smear and she's clean and there's nothing there. As well as the man could tell you. That's because they want to connect and they want to get that thing going on. And not telling the truth about either or the other of going to get themselves checked out and stuff. You know what I mean? So, in a sense of speaking, I sympathize with what Talk with Nana is saying, in a sense of speaking. But I totally disagree with her because she says, you know, like her daughter says, you know, every time you come on the channel, you make these topics about all women. You just make it about all women, like no women do anything wrong. You know, what about the men? Kind of paraphrasing a little, but she makes the channel about all the time men hurt women, men hurt women, men cheat on women, men step out on women, men do this, men do that, men bring relationships in their matrimony home, this, that, and the other. And, you know, they said, you know, they make comments and say, well, can you talk about something else? Now, someone made a comment in my comment box and said, you just made a video about Rebecca the other day. As if to say, why are you making another one about her? Well, technically speaking, you know, just like Darnisha said, you know, sometimes you have to speak about different things and different topics. Well, my dear, my darling, you know who you are that left that comment. You know, I ain't mad at you because that's your comment. That's your opinion. And you're sticking to it. You are entitled to your comment and your opinion. Okay. You know, yes, I did make a video just the other day about Rebecca run, Rebecca run, Rebecca run. You know what I mean? And then I turned around and made another video again about Rebecca and Adrian Slays. Okay. It's a YouTube channel. It's a topic channel. I speak topics. So if I tend to speak about the same thing 5 times out of a week, I'm going to do that because it's my channel. You know, I'm not going to get offended or upset about it because that was your opinion and that was your comment. And you left it down below. I always say, if you have an opinion or a comment, guys, please leave your opinion and your comment down below. So, yeah. So Darnisha's mom, talking with Nana, she has to learn how to build up that strength to take the criticism on YouTube because people will come for you, you know. So guys, yum yums, how are you today? I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. I think it's 85 degrees here. Oh, geez. That's what the weather said on my phone. 85 today over here where I am. And I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. Happy Wednesday to you all. May God continue to bless you and keep you in perfect peace. And I just wanted to come back with that topic in reference to waxing with Darnisha, mom, and Nana, talking with Nana, speaking about relationships on men and women, you know. Yeah, well, you know, unfortunately, like I said, I was victimized by that, you know, falling in love with a married man and, you know, but this happened months and then years, like into 3 years, I didn't find out this man was married almost in 3 years. And, you know, it took me 6 months before I submitted myself to him, gave him my body. Now, mind you, I didn't have any relationship or intercourse with any man for 4 years after I left the gentleman. Well, I mean, after the gentleman that I was with for 14 years had passed away on me, I didn't go into a relationship or do anything with anybody. So this man, after, you know, losing my boyfriend that I was with for 14 years, and it was like 4 or 5 years, well, it's been years now, okay? But, and then I decided to give myself to this Haitian man, this no good, illiterate Haitian man who was so quiet and I thought was the best thing that ever happened to me. But at the end of the day, guys, he was my worst damn nightmare. The man was married. The man was having relationships outside of his wedlock, out of wedlock relationships. He was doing me, doing her. You know what I mean? And then he made a baby while he was with me. He made babies while he was with his wife. Because I thought he was the best thing happening to me because he was so quiet and so generous and so kind. But that was just all a mix of nonsense because he wanted to get between my legs. He didn't get between my legs because I let him get between my legs. He got between my legs because I wanted him to, not allow, I wanted him to do that. Out of a relationship and not having the man's gentle touch for over 4 years and some change, it be time for it. Okay. And so I let him, you know, I let him. He didn't force me. He didn't push me. He didn't get me because he wanted to get me. He got me because I gave myself to him. And then as time progressed, we gradually, adults thing that adults do. But remember, we made that commitment. He made that commitment first, and then I agreed to the commitment. Baby, when the years rolled down the line, guys, when I tell you Anastasia GHIRADELLI'S world found out each and everything about this illiterate, nonchalant, infidelity, fornicating, cheating bastard, hey, and he might see this video. And get what, y'all? I don't give a shit, because he's not my man, okay? So I just want my yum-yums and any other woman out there to be mindful, cautious, and careful that these things can happen. It happens. It's life. Sometimes you think that you won't fall in love, but you fall in love. But that's why they always say it's safer to walk in love, not fall in love. Remember that, my yum-yums. Have an amazing day, and may God continue to bless you. Stay positive, stay positive, stay blessed. Keep that peace. Stay out of trouble and let no hurt, harm, or danger come against you. All relationships are not perfect. Love you, yum-yums. Deuces.